Hi, Caroline.
Hi.
Oh, thank you, Lasheen. For everyone that doesn't know, Lasheen is our technical guru for the meeting tonight. It's good to be on the Zoom call with you. Okay, I just put in the agenda for tonight. I'm not sure. I only had one person, a new person, reach out and said that they weren't able to make it. But and Eve, I think, has field hockey practice sometime
I
on
think field
Thursday.
hockey has a game tonight.
Oh, that's what it was. It was the games. She has games on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think. So anyways, I told her that like we would try to work out. And there's Hans. Hi, Hans. Who is now back in the States. Welcome back. Oh, goodness. Dogs are fighting outside. Not really fighting, just barking at each other. Well, I mean, honestly, we can get started and just kind of like have people introduce each other and introduce themselves. And so for today, we're supposed to have Catherine Knott come in. She and I have been emailing back and forth because she wanted to talk to you all about the Remaking Middle Schools project. But I think that this is the 2 weeks in which school board meetings happen. So we may adjust, or Catherine may miss a school board meeting to come meet with us, just kind of depending on our schedule. But yeah, so welcome. It's good to see you all. I wish we could meet in person, but you know, that's just kind of the way that it is right now. And we will eventually someday, maybe at end of the year, end of the school year celebration or something. But I'd love to like get you all to just kind of introduce yourselves and say for the coming school year, like just kind of your first couple of weeks, what's been a rose, bud, and thorn. Rose meaning something good that did happen, bud meaning something good that's going to happen, and then a thorn being something that's been kind of a pain with the beginning of the school year. So, anyone that wants to start?
I can start. So, is it our name and Rosebud Thorn?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Caroline. I would say a rose has been like, I really like most of my teachers, which is really exciting because it means that even classes that I don't like the subject material are just so much better when you like the teachers.
That's true.
Thorn is that it's just a little stressful to be doing like college applications at the same time as normal school. And then I would say bud is that I'm really excited for like once things are like as things are kind of settling into like the rhythm of things, just like things settling down and getting to hang out with friends more.
Mhm. Fantastic. And I will let you know, because this happened last year with Margaret Ann and Sabrina. I was an admissions counselor for University of Richmond, and so I know a lot about what admissions counselors are looking for and things like that. And so if you need any help with like your resume or reading over, I helped read over like Sabrina's application as well. And it's always really fun for me. So don't think of it as a burden at all, but like I love reading stuff and I'm already, recommenders or anything like that you need, you just let me know.
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, I will jump in. So I'm Hans, senior. My role is I came back to school. Yeah, I came back to state school. Yeah, I did online schooling in China for the whole junior year, and
Wow.
yeah, it's good to be back. Yeah, and also the Thorn is I'm college application, all of these CONMAP stuff, dealing with all of these essays.
Mhm.
I think that's but like Thorn is I don't know, like my school is currently using too much styrofoam containers and just seeing like the trash is too much. So yeah, that's a song.
Yeah. And we can talk about that. I know you sent me an email about that, so we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the agenda.
Yeah,
We'll talk about the styrofoam, sure.
My name is Anaya, and my roles would probably be like being in person school, like
Mm,
being able to go to school. My is it bud?
yeah, something you're looking
Okay,
forward to.
my bud is probably just like I don't know, like homecoming and like hanging
Mm,
out with friends, and then my thorn. Mm, I don't know.
you don't have to have a thorn.
Yeah, I don't really have a thorn this week or right now.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Zanaya. I'm really happy to have you. Zanaya is our newest member of Youth Council. So welcome, Zanaya. We're hoping to have more people as we kind of continue throughout the year. And there's more people than this that are on the call, that are not on the call, but have like other obligations during this specific call. So yeah, so really happy to have you. Obviously, we know your big sister was a part of this as well, and she had mentioned that you were interested. I thought both you and your other sister were interested. Still happy to have at least one. It's just nice. I always get to enjoy just being around the Bryant girls and women. So thank you for joining us. Awesome. So, and Zanaya, what grade are you in? What's your year?
I'm 10th grade. Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember. Okay. Which is actually really great because Hans and Caroline and Eve and Harrison, is Harrison a junior or a senior? Does anybody know?
He's in my grade. Yeah,
Oh goodness. Oh, these grades. I mean, just between last year and this year, it's going to be a lot of kids that I know and love that are going off and away to colleges and trade schools. So okay, so yeah, so we have a lot of people that are leaving this year, especially, and so I'm really excited to hopefully get some more people involved. So Zanaya, if you are seeing people and you're like, yo, this is pretty dope, like you can do some really cool stuff, you should be involved. Whatever your sister said to you that made you want to apply, getting more people that are politically engaged and that want to really make a difference, I think is going to be really awesome. Because people don't really understand how many meetings that I'm in that they're like, how do we talk to youth? How do we get youth voice? How do we make sure that there's some type of youth discussion about this, or what are the kids thinking these days? And it often comes back to like, well, Daniel works with youth council, maybe we can ask him if they can get some time to work to talk to us. Hence how Catherine Knott, as well as another woman named Michelle, are all asking just for time and space with you all to talk about the Remaking Middle School initiative, and wanting to make sure that they have good, like, well thought out data and points of clarification that they can put together for as they talk to the city school board, as they talk to the city for getting the funding for the schools. All that's done based off of like recommendations that you all make. Caroline, I think that you were there last summer. There was some type of person that was calling us from like DC or something. It was like a really strange meeting in the middle of the summer. I don't know if you can remember it. Anyways, people are looking for your input and they really need it, and you have really powerful voices. So I'm very thankful for you all for showing up. So since Miss Knott is not able to be with us this evening, Hans, did you want to talk about your styrofoam, kind of the things that are going on for you with styrofoam at STAB? And then we also want to ask about other things that we could do this year coming up.
Yeah, so first styrofoam. So this year my school is using styrofoam containers to serve food, because they believe that, like, you know, when you have this carry-out container, you will just go all spread out instead of eating and doing eating in the dining hall. So, but like, I can understand like containing coronavirus, but like it also generates about 1,600 waste styrofoam containers per day, and in a month there's around 2,000 bags of trash in dumpsters. And I saw like I think like, wow, this is so big. The number is so big. And I checked like the city's McIntyre Recycling Center. They only take like those PET, those plastic containers, but not styrofoam ones. I don't know whether like other public schools, CHS, or whether CHS are doing styrofoam containers or they're serving food in other way. But I really think that it might be good if the city really builds up this styrofoam recycling a bit capacity, you know, with a grant from the Foam Recycling Coalition. Yeah.
I think CHS probably does use styrofoam. I'm not sure because I pack lunch, but I feel like they use styrofoam.
And so you were looking for, you'd mentioned the styrofoam. There is a way to recycle styrofoam.
Yeah, there is a way, and actually, like, I find some facilities recycling styrofoam, but like the nearest one is in Maryland. So.
Oh wow. I was hoping there'd be one in Richmond, but.
Yeah, like if there's Richmond, I will kind of like just directly talk to my school and actually like transport the trash. But I really think like, because styrofoam containers are the cheapest like one-time containers I can find. I've looked up like the prices, paper, plastic, like PET ones, the styrofoam are cheapest. Maybe like there are some food trucks or the street vendors who are also using styrofoams in this hard year.
So your goal would be to, it seems like it's not even about reducing, obviously would be nice, or not even using styrofoam would be nice, would be the best probably. But if we have to use styrofoam for cleaning purposes or whatever, to potentially do a recycling program. It sounds like at this point that the closest recycling center being in Richmond, that it would be kind of like you'd have to go, have to transport it up to Richmond. I mean, I'm sorry, in Maryland. You have to transport it to Maryland. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. The thing is, there is like a foam recycling website where you can just go in and check all of the facilities, private facilities, and check like, you know, like.
Yeah, I think that I found that. I think I found that. Yeah, that is really, there's one way in Southwest Virginia, and then one near DC, but in Maryland.
Yeah, that's good like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I really think like if we actually like build and actually like the recycled styrofoam can generate revenue. Like
Mm,
you can put like is it useful in building construction? So I was thinking if the city really can like build up the recycling, maybe kind of the one of kind in the central Virginia. So we can not only recycling styrofoam but also creating income.
mhm. That would be really cool. Um, do we know? Sorry, so with the grant that you were talking about applying for,
Mhm.
is that a grant that has to be applied through a city, or what are kind of like a
Um,
municipality or anything? Do you know what I mean? Like, what are the qualifications for the grant?
yeah. The thing is, yeah. I will put the link here, and
Mhm.
also I'm looking for eligible entities, just like public and private entities in the U.S. or can blah blah blah. If
Mhm.
there's a phone bank currently in existence in our community, you're not eligible to apply. But like most of the grant recipients are cities like
Mhm.
counties in Florida, cities in Texas. Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's what I was thinking about. Because we have because there's a couple different ways that we found a way to, if we wanted to, like, apply for a grant or anything like that, um, there's different options for who can apply for the grant.
Mhm.
But it sounds like it would need to be like the city of Charlottesville, like applying
Yeah.
for the grant.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
mhm.
Because like although they said like private entities can also do so, but like the following like the applicant should operate a material recovery facility, manage residential curbside recycling
Uh,
program, manage drop-off or convenience site recycling program. Yeah, let's say like I can say like my let's say staff cannot do this. So
mhm. Right. Okay. Oof. Yeah, that'd be kind of difficult. Um, okay, well, we can keep thinking about it. And the styrofoam containers, or even talking to, I can see if I can talk to someone at McIntyre, to see if there are, like, what their capacity would be to have styrofoam containers. You mean like to recycle those? Like, what does the infrastructure look like? Um, so if we could instead get a grant to add capacity to McIntyre,
mhm.
that I think may be easier than getting a grant to drive and ship or haul, um, styrofoam up to Maryland or to Southwest Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Um, so I can talk to, ooh, McIntyre about that. Um, hmm, um, what about anyone else? Caroline, or Zanaya, do you have any ideas or things that you want to be thinking about this year coming up?
This is more of like a short-term thing and also pretty similar to what we did when I was in 10th grade, but I know so many people in my grade who are eligible to vote and aren't like planning to.
Whoa,
Um,
that's called
which
unacceptable.
so like I've made announcements like almost every week in my gov class, and then I
Mhm.
recorded an announcement for the school. So I don't know like if there's a whole lot more to be like we only have like a month, so I
Yeah,
don't know if there's a whole lot more we can do with that amount of time, but that's yeah.
well, we can do a, um, because again, like, it's very, very short term. I'm glad that we were on the same page because I was thinking about that as well. I'll send you the link. Um, because you know how we did the voter registration in the past. So in order to do, like, I talked to Kristen Stakis, who was the person that like trained us on how to, do voter registration. And she said that in order for us to do another voter registration, we actually don't have to go through that process since we've already done it before, but instead we would go through there's an online process that can get you registered to vote or get you registered to register people to vote. And so it only takes 40 minutes. It's a 40-minute YouTube video that you watch, and then you can sign a statement saying that you watched it and that you would, turn in voter applications and all that. So I will send the link out to do you all know? So what we did before was I just came to people's lunches. Like I just drove around to lunches. And so do you think, sorry, my mom's calling. Do you think that, would that be like a viable option if I were to come to CHS and set up a table like where we normally do and do lunch registrations? Would it be easier or better to potentially go into classrooms as far as like go to people's gov classes, either AP Gov or 12th grade Gov or whatever? What are kind of your thoughts around that?
I think that, well, in my gov class, like I was like, okay, who's gonna be 18 by November 2nd? And like some people are like so I don't know if they would like come to a table during lunch. I know what we did in the past was like go to BKTs with seniors in them, because then that's like more likely to be people who are eligible. Like I like, obviously more than 75% of the school is not eligible to vote.
They're not eligible to vote, but they are, oh, I have to read the specifics of it. I'm pretty sure you're eligible to register to vote before you're 18, but you're not eligible to register to vote. You're not eligible to vote unless you're 18, unless there's a primary election where you are 17 voting in the primary for an election that you're voting in when you're 18. So like the Democratic primary that happened in June, if you were 17, then you could register to vote in that primary, and then vote for the candidate, whoever you wanted to, in the November election, even though you voted when you were 17. Because that election then determined who you could vote for later.
Yeah. So we could do lunches and then have more like younger people just already then be registered in future. Like, get that? Like.
Yeah. So BKTs and lunches.
I know that CHS is being like pretty strict with around COVID. Like they just let people like move around to retake tests during BKT. So I don't know how they would. I don't know what they would say.
Yeah. I wonder. Dr. I is very busy, and often when I call, he is unavailable. So I think that I may need to just stop by CHS and ask about what we can do. And if I, as a non-city school board, city school, whatever it is, division employee, technically a volunteer, if I'm allowed to come in, or what that looks like, because I know that they're like you said, with the restrictions, they're not allowing for a lot of volunteers to come into the schools. least not that I've known of. Have you all seen people outside the schools coming in or volunteers?
Well, we're playing with some guy in orchestra, and he like came in to rehearse with us. But
Okay. Okay. He was vetted in some way, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So okay then. So I'll try to just stop by CHS tomorrow and see if there's like anything that I can do, if there's any way that I can come in. Because like you said, like the clock is ticking and it'd be really hard. We want to get people registered, I guess, as soon as possible and hopefully having
The now that I think about it, I think the deadline to register is the 12th.
I was just about to check that.
I think it's 3 weeks before the election. So
Right.
then
Okay.
that's like maybe not a feasible option.
Okay. Yeah. In-person receive close of business 22 days before the election. Oh gosh. Okay, now I have to go. Election day. Okay, so election day is November 2nd. 22 days before. Okay. Okay. Well, looks like that the deadline is still is possible. Still is possible. But the deadline for people to register to vote is Monday. Like it needs to be turned into the registrar by Monday. So do you all think it is worth it? Let's say if I talk to Dr. I tomorrow and he says like, sure, you can come in and do voter registration Monday during the school day. Do you all think that it is worth it to try and get people registered to vote on Monday? And like we only can do it one day, and then I would just take them directly to the registrar's office.
What is the information that people like? Would people need to have their social security number? Because people aren't just gonna know their social security number. Like last year or 2 years ago, we like made a lot of announcements like the week leading up to it.
Yeah. No, you're right. And that was the thing that I think was stopping most people was like, I'm at the age right now where like I've memorized my social security number, but I know that I did not do that until college, maybe. So I know that's not readily available to a lot of people. I don't know. Are there any announcements for tomorrow have already been made, or like are they pre-recorded?
I don't think they're pre-recorded. I could potentially make an announcement tomorrow. I don't know what like I know that like most of the announcements are done by Dr. I, but like BSU made an announcement and it was
right.
They can also do like Canvas announcements that can go to like phones and stuff.
Oh, that could be helpful. Zinnia, do you know how to do that?
No, I think that like admin does it, but like if you were to talk to them, then they could send it out like before the end of the day tomorrow, and then people can just like get it over the weekend and then Monday have what they need.
Okay. So Okay, so could do a Canvas announcement on Friday. Their social security cards. And their social security cards with them in order to register to vote. Okay. Okay. So what do you all think? Is it worth trying?
Yeah, we can try. It's
Why not? There could be someone that just needs it to be right there in order to register. How about for you, Hans? Are there people that are at STAB that are kind of going through the same thing, that maybe they need to register but haven't had the option yet or the opportunity?
We kind of like had the Young Democrats and Republican Conservatives Club kind of made an announcement 2 weeks ago, and there are posters around the school having put
Mhm.
up. They have also shared like the online way of registering, just like have the website and you just put your VA state ID. Um, I don't know. Maybe like we are more engaged in that part. Like you can literally like see posters around the school about.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's no
Okay.
problem. I just wanted to make sure that you all felt that you had everything you needed as well. And do we know if the person, I feel like people, especially when you're like just starting to drive, definitely always have your ID on you. Do we know if you need to use, like if you could just use your ID to register online? Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah, I think if you
Or,
have your driver's license, you can register online. And most
oh,
people like have their driver's license in their phone case.
okay. So we could use that as well. We could say, like, if we did an advertisement or talk to people tomorrow, saying bring your social security card or ID with you on Monday, then we could bring some computers and have it set up to where people could do the registration then as well, right? Okay. So Zanaya, when do you have lunch?
Tomorrow I have second lunch, so that's 11. I think it's like 11:20.
Okay. And then do you have that on Mondays as well, or is that a different block
Um,
day?
Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays I have third lunch. That's it.
But the
12.
schedule next week is
Yeah.
different because of the PSA.
Mhm.
I think
So
next Monday is an odd day. I
Mhm.
think the same as this. I don't know. Sanaya.
okay. Figure out lunch schedule. So what I can do is I can plan to be there during all of the lunches. And what that would mean is that, like, if you just see me there, I mean, you don't even have to sit down with me or whatever. You can just get people to come to me. That's totally fine. Or you can sit down and we can help. But we would just be trying to get people to come and register to vote. And I'll bring a couple different laptops and iPads or whatever. And you all just during your lunch break, look out for me. And I should be around. Okay. So we have a plan where Caroline, you'll be able to do an announcement tomorrow. Do you
Yeah,
know? Yeah.
I'm not sure what the like protocol for that is. I don't know if like there's someone I don't even know who I would email other than just like
Mhm.
walk into the office tomorrow and ask.
Right.
You could email like your guidance counselor and they can
Yeah,
Dr. I.
yeah.
Okay. We can try that for tomorrow. And then by the time that I stop by, hopefully there will be someone that can help with the Canvas suggestion that Zanaya made. And Zanaya, do you know if there's anyone that I should be reaching out to specifically for the Canvas? Or
I'm not sure who like actually makes them, but like
Mhm.
I would probably go to Dr. I and then he can probably do what's left from there.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so there is a possibility for us to get people registered to vote on Monday. Are there other ideas or anything you all want to be looking into?
I think I just have another idea. So yeah, have all right. So like I'm currently participating in Active Mind, like the mental health club in school, and like they sent like the because it's kind of like a national organization, they kind of like send you newsletters. I found like 2 years, I think like around 2 years ago, like the Active Mind supported like a federal legislation, like federal bill to like print all of these suicide prevention telephone numbers on the back of student ID. And they kind of like, but like they kind of like continuously done this for 3 years, but like it still does not make it to the federal level. And I just, I just thinking like, like we are building our 988 like hotline for mental health intervention. So like maybe we like the Charlottesville city might step in and actually like start printing like, giving student IDs with like all of these mental health related telephone numbers on the back. So just curious, do CHS like also have like one student IDs?
A student ID
Hmm?
thing.
Do-
We did before COVID. I don't have one, and I don't have one.
yeah.
That has been.
Have been good old days.
So so none of you all have IDs anymore? Is that, no? So weird.
Oh.
Don't worry, you will definitely have an ID when you get to college.
I just emailed my counselor, so
Thank you,
and
Caroline.
Dr. I. So I
Good.
don't know that Dr. I would respond within 12
Right.
hours, but
Yeah,
we'll see.
but thank you for as soon as possible getting that out. Literally. Okay, well, something to think about, because there's also actually we actually have a local teen hotline that is by Ready Kids. I think they run the hotline. I
Ready?
have like I think I have pens, or at least I used to have pens with like a teen suicide or a teen just kind of like I'm thinking about running away hotline that was available. I'll look and see if I can find that as well.
Yeah, sure.
Zanaya, did I see you unmute for a second?
Yeah, I was just gonna say one thing that I'm probably gonna focus on this year is like getting more tutors for African American students.
Mm-hmm.
Especially closer to like test times and like before the end of the quarter, like breaks and stuff. So yeah.
Absolutely. With that, there's kind of two things that I can think about. One is the 100 Black Men. So we have free tutors that are available on Tuesdays and Thursdays via Zoom. And they're teachers that we pay to tutor kids after school. So we have that available through the 100 Black Men, but there's also Tutor-ish, which has done some tutoring, and they are also local teachers, local Black women teachers specifically. They used to be led by Marion McCullough, who moved, but I think that the other teachers are still here. And UVA, I think, has some tutors that they're looking to disperse, or people that are like volunteering through Madison House or through different classes that are supposed to be doing tutoring.
Yeah, and I feel like we need more for like Black girls, because like
Mhm.
I see a lot of programs for Black young men, but I don't see a lot for
Mhm.
like younger Black girls. So I think that's one thing, especially in like, well, for I could say that for like Charlottesville City schools.
Yeah, one thing that's like I would say really nice at CHS and should definitely be expanding is like there's a fair amount of tutoring during BKT, which is nice because then like that's built into your time to be doing homework already. But my friend who works in the writing center, which is supposed to do like essays and stuff, like says they're just like they have way more people than they can help. Like she's
Yeah,
working the whole BKT, so um, which is nice because like you're already at school.
yeah,
Like you don't have to even have like a Zoom. Like you're literally. I don't know if there's a way to like expand that more. And obviously that's just like essays.
yeah.
Zanaya, have you heard of my Sister's Keeper?
Yeah, I'm a part of that.
Oh yeah.
But, like I feel like not a lot of like girls knew about it, and they
Mhm.
didn't. Not a lot of them knew about it last year because I did the virtual last year, and like a lot of people told me like they didn't hear anything about it, and so like I don't know if it was like selected like invite only type, but I feel like it should be open to like all African American girls SHS, so
Mhm.
that everyone has an opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. They're someone that they're one of the, if I think about like Black women that do tutoring or mentorship in CHS, they're the ones that I've seen the most, as far as like the biggest group that comes in from outside, or at least used to. Um, I will look up Tutor-ish, and the girls are all right. I don't know if y'all have heard of that as well. Um, that I think is more a writing. I don't know if they do tutoring, but it's more like, it's getting kids interested into writing and creativity through that avenue. Um, but yeah, but I'll look up to see if Tutor-ish, has anyone from Tutor-ish like come or talk to you all or been in CHS? No. Okay. So I'll look that up. Look up Tutor-ish, and if there's like something that you want to do, I can get you in contact with them, and then you can see like if they can do what you're looking for or what you're thinking about. And if there's like financial issues, or if whatever it is, there's more than enough money between the university and nonprofits and whomever, to like pay for this. Like, so don't let money be a barrier. um, just think about like if you find something that works with what you want to do, that they're able to fulfill the needs you're looking for, uh, then like then just let me know, we can start from there. Does that make sense? Tutors is one of the only services that I know of that's directly Black women tutoring. That's the only one that I know of in town. I can ask if there's more, but that's all that I know so far.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll send that to you as well. Awesome. So as we're thinking about for next meeting, so before the next meeting, I will send out information to Zanaya about Tutorish. I will send, and the other programs that I've seen. I will send information to Hans about the local suicide prevention hotline that we have for teens. And the information that I find out from McIntyre about the recycling styrofoam program. And I will go to go to CHS tomorrow to see if there's a way that I can come in and do a voter registration during the lunches or BKT on Monday. And yeah, those are the things that I can do. Was there anything that I missed or action items for the future?
Yeah, just curious, like if somebody in my school is interested in joining the youth council this year, can I like recommend them to you?
Yeah, so with youth council, we are a oh goodness, it's called council applications. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. Okay, well, they moved the page. So I will also send out, there's like times in which youth council, in which city council accepts youth council applicants. So Zanaya, like you applied before, I think it was like September 22nd or something like that. And then they'll accept like they'll accept the applicants. We have like, I think 14 slots that are available. And we're about half at this point, like maybe 7 or 8. So if you have people that are interested, then I can send you the link and they can fill out the application. And then once they fill it out, we can then, then they'll get sent to city council. City council will then approve, deny, whatever they decide, and then they'll get sent to us as well. I don't know that we deny people unless they just didn't fill out the application. If we still have slots available. So if there are people that are interested that you think would be a good fit, I definitely encourage them to apply. And I think there's another deadline, I want to say in November or December, that they would need to apply to before then. And also our meetings are public. So if they ever wanted to attend a meeting, they can always attend as well. And they want to just kind of get a feel for what we do. But yeah, I'll send out the information for people to join youth council. Cool. Any other questions? Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm hoping that we get something going as far as potentially a voter registration drive. And for the next meeting, we will be meeting on the 21st. So October 21st will be our next meeting. And there we go. Yeah, and then if we have anything that comes in between that, I'll let you all know. But hopefully I'll be able to like work on some of these action items before the next meeting. Does that sound good?
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you all. Thank you for your great ideas. And I look forward to this year, just kind of working together. I'm excited.
Thank you.
Thanks again, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Bye.